Okay, so good day everyone. I am Landel Jane Collierian and I'm here to report about student diversity and yung topic namin is individual differences. Okay, hindi ko kayo matanong kasi usually kapag nagre-report ako I'm asking. But under individual differences, I know it's familiar kasi hindi naman broad, hindi naman malalim or something. Individual differences ng individuals. And under those, we have individual differences factors, benefits of diversity in the classroom, and classroom strategies for student diversity. First is the factors that bring about student diversity. These are the factors that in all learning environments, individuals interact with others who are in some ways different from them because hindi naman natin mapipili that in a classroom, all students are the same. Recall how these differences were shown in your class, gender and racial, ethnic, or cultural background, etc. The diversity also comes from other factors like the following. These are the factors sa diversity. First is socio-economic status. Our economic status really parang it is barrier sa diversity ng class. Okay, first factor that brings about student diversity is yung socio-economic status. Siyempre, magkaiba yung lifestyle ng tao na mapera and those na walang pera, magkaiba yun ng lifestyle. Second is thinking or learning styles. Of course, magkakaiba yung way natin kung paano tayo matututo. Some learn kapag nakikita, some learn kapag naririnig, or some learn kapag pinag-uusapan or something. And third is exceptionalities. Of course, sa isang classroom, there can be or maybe one that is different among the rest. So, those are the three factors. Second na itatackle natin naman is how student diversity enriches the learning environment. Sa teachers, kapag it is challenging to handle a class na diverse, it is somehow challenging, but yung challenge na yon is somehow good for them. It is good for the teachers na they're able to combine or they're able to make the classroom diverse and inclusive. And these are a wise place to learn, not just for students but for herself as well. A wise teacher may choose to respect and celebrate diversity. Tapos ito yung mga na yun under ng kung paano magiging mas diverse ng isang learning environment. First is students' self-awareness is enhanced by diversity. Exposing students to others with diverse backgrounds and experiences also serves to help students focus on their awareness of themselves. When we are not familiar with things that others do, parang we are becoming more self-aware of what we do. Parang that's basically it. Kaya nagiging maganda yung diversity in a classroom is we are becoming more self-aware of what we are doing or what status are we or something kapag may ibang tao na doing things different from what we usually do. So dun ka magkakaroon ng awareness. Second is student diversity contributes to cognitive development. Nagkakaroon daw ng mas magandang development. Cognitive, again, is in sa mind, sa ating brain. Cognitive development. The opportunity to gain access to the perspectives of peers and to learn from their students rather than the instructor only may be especially important for promoting the cognitive development of learners. There are learners that learns when they're talking to their peers, sa mga classmates. Mas natututo sila kapag they're gathering in a small circle and they're talking about the topic kaysa sa the teacher kaysa sa they're listening to the teacher. So, yung diversity ng students contributes sa kanilang development because of course, developments of students are not the same. It's not linear, hindi sila pare-pareho ng development and hindi sila pare-pareho ng learning styles nga. So, some students, kapag nagkakaroon sila ng inclusive, kapag nagkakaroon sila ng diversity sa classroom is doon nagkakaroon sila ng development because of course mas magandang or mas as a student ako mas maganda na ang classroom is learner centered of course kasi doon mas maraming ideas and of course yung inyong mindset or parang halos you are in the same length unlike sa mga professors or unlike sa mga teachers. So, it's better for other students na makinig with other students also. Sinabi ni German philosopher Nietzsche na over 100 years ago, the more effects we allow to speak about one thing, the more different eyes we can use to observe one thing, the more complete will our concept of this thing, our objectivity, be. So, sinasabi niya na the more we allow to speak about one thing is parang dun mas lalong lumalawak yung pwede nating malaman. Third is student diversity prepares learners for their role as a responsible members of society. Sinabi ni Suzanne Morse, one competency that has strong implication for instructional strategies that capitalize on diversity, sinabi niya na the capacity to imagine situations or problems from all perspectives and to appreciate all aspects of diversity. Okay, so third, student diversity prepares learners for their role as responsible members of society. Student diversity, it's better interaction with the students. It's something like that. And syempre kapag you are good in interacting to other students, you will be a good community member kasi parang that is the essence of a good community. So yun, it is factor sa pagiging responsible na members of society, yung student diversity, because of course a good community is having good interactions with one another, and with student diversity you are somehow practicing yourself on how you are going to be interacting and how you are gonna respect and know the barriers or know what your do's and don'ts in life or what are the things that you are supposed or not supposed to do. Fourth and last is student diversity can promote harmony. Harmony, we all know harmony. When student diversity is integrated into the classroom teaching and learning process, it can become a vehicle for promoting harmonious race relations. Harmonious, what is harmonious? Harmonious is, what do you call it? Siya yung parang, hindi siya magulo. Magandang flow, magandang harmony. And kapag daw may student diversity, harmonious ang magiging relationship nila with one another regardless ng kanilang race. And yun, through student-centered teaching strategies, diverse students can be encouraged to interact and collaborate with one another on learning tasks that emphasize unity of effort while capitalizing on their diversity of background. So, even though they have different cultural race or they have different ethnic emirate, is they are able to have harmonious relationships with student diversity. And moving on, we have some tips on student diversity. Ito na yung third. Kasi parang ang three process na yan is factors sa kung papaano nagkakaroon ng individual differences. Second is yung kung ano yung benefit ng diversity sa classroom. Ito naman yung third, kung paano naman magkakaroon ng mas diverse na classroom. Ito yung mga tips First is encourage learners to share their personal history and experiences. Ako, as someone who is always curious of things that is new to me, syempre kapag yung nakaka-curious, it is nagkakaroon ka ng interaction or nagkakaroon ka ng magandang way to start friendship when you are communicating. And kapag bago yung student, you are gonna ask, oh, what do you do? Kapag from where place you've been, how do you cook, paano yung lifestyle, and so what? Yun. So with students sharing their history and their backgrounds, they're able to know na they have differences and also kung meron silang similarities, and yun yung parang magiging starting point or yun yung magiging factor kung paano magkakaroon ng diversity sa classroom when they're able to distinguish kung ano yung differences at kung paano tatanggapin yung differences na yon. Second is to integrate learning experiences and activities which promote students' multicultural and cross-cultural awareness. Multicultural and cross-cultural awareness, it's like giving students knowledge that there are other people. So with those activities, students will be having awareness sa mga cross-cultural and multicultural aspects. Sinasabi din na kailangan let students interview other students on campus who are from diverse backgrounds. So, yun, yung parang pag-share, katulad yung number 1, pag-share ng iyong historical and backgrounds and all. And second, invite students to internet discussion groups. Basically, yun, pagkakaroon ng communication and sharing your backgrounds. Third, first is yung encourage students to share their personal history and experiences and integrate learning experiences and activities which promote students' multicultural and cultural awareness. And third, aside from highlighting diversity, identify patterns of unity that transcend group differences. So, when we are highlighting so much about diversity and not having conversation about differences, sinasabi that there might be divisiveness we matatakel later. Pero sinabi ni Clyde Kluckholm, isang anthropologist, sinabi niya na every human is at the same time like all other humans, like some humans, and like no other humans. So, sinasabi niya, all human is the same. Basically, ayun. And then, sinasabi na 95% of our genes, we are sharing 95% of our genes. We have the same genes kasi nagmula naman tayo sa dalawang tao lang. So, we are sharing 95% of our genes daw, and only 5% or more or less than 5% is yun lang yung differences natin. And ito yung mga yun nga, one ways no. When focusing on human differences, commonalities should not be overlooked. Otherwise, our repeated attempts to promote student diversity may inadvertently promote student divisiveness. That is what I am talking about. When we are talking so much about our differences or commonalities, pwede nating hindi ma-achieve yung what we are trying to promote. And kung ang pinopromote natin is diversity, kapag we overlook our commonalities, possible na ang ma-promote natin is divisiveness, lalo hindi magiging diverse ang classroom, parang may chance na mahati pa ito. These are naman the possible ways para magkaroon ng diversity. Ito yung under siya ng pag-identify mo ng patterns of unity ng transcend group differences. First is place students daw homogeneous groups. Homogeneous groups are magkakapareho. Ito yung magkakapareho ng gender at magkakapareho ng race or groups, and have them share their personal views or experience with respect, of course, to course issues. Then, form a panel comprised of representatives from each group who will report their group's ideas. And ikaw as a facilitator, you are gonna identify yung mga key differences kahit na magkaka-same kahit na same kayo ng identity or so yun yung first na activity na pwede mong gawin as a facilitator, as a teacher. Second is yung different groups. First group is yung magkakapareho. Ang second group naman is magkakaiba. Try to form groups of students who are different with respect, of course, with one demographic characteristic but similar with respect to another. Examples are similar genders but different with respect to race or ethnicity. Second is yung similar in age but different in genders and magkakaiba. This practice can serve to increase student awareness so that humans who are members of different groups can at the same time be members of the same group and share similar experiences. So kahit na you don't belong to this group, this kind of activity can or might improve their student awareness that even though you are not included to that group or you are not the same with that group, you can also be part of that group and those can also be part of your group. And then last is after ma-complete na ng students yung kanilang assessment sa kanilang self-assessment, have them line up or move to a corner of the classroom according to their individual scores or overall profile. This practice can visibly demonstrate to students how members of different student populations can be quite similar with respect to their learning styles or personality. Students can see how individual similarities can often overshadow group differences. So, yung ating individual sinasabi na with those activity, students are able to distinguish na yung individual similarities, yung pagkakapareho natin is minsan na-overlook na and hindi natin napapansin that we also have differences. So, yun, basically, that's it. So, that will be for my part. And yung 4 to 9 na other, is kay Ma'am Shi Erica na may kasunod pa to. Ito ay 9 na tips for, student diversity. So, that would be all. Thank you.